Hi guys, it's very early in the morning. It's around 3 o'clock. I didn't sleep last night and we are up very early. Our Uber comes in about 5 minutes to take us to the airport in Medellin because we are catching a flight back to Canada. We're nomads, so we're traveling all over, but we're Canadian and one of our best friends is getting married in a couple of days in Toronto and we want to be there for that. So we are getting on a flight. We have 2 stops. It's going to be a long day.
So how did we both end up here tonight? And where the hell are we going now? I don't mind. A lot of the things we're saying are going over my head. And all of yesterday's worries I try to forget. Hope you don't change your heart when it's almost midnight. Hold me closer now and let's dive into the sky.
We're sitting here waiting at our gate for our flight to board and I got so excited because my favorite cafe in all of Medellin, Pergamino, has an outlet here. So we got lattes. Cheers.
Cheers.
Which is amazing because it means we get one last Colombian coffee before we leave Colombia. So thank you, God.
Adjust the elastic band around your head and breathe normally.
Aunque fluye el oxígeno, la bolsa de plástico puede no inflarse.
Although oxygen will flow, the plastic bag may not inflate.
Colóquese primero su máscara antes de ofrecer asistencia a otros.
Guys, we just arrived in Panama City and we're now boarding the flight to Houston. That flight was absolutely horrible for me, to be honest. I have a really bad head cold and I don't even know if you can hear me right now, but my ears are totally popped. And during the flight, the pressure buildup was so bad that I thought my head was just going to pop off and explode, and I was kind of rocking back and forth, holding my eyebrows because it was all sort of concentrated here and in my glands. And this nice lady who was sitting across from me noticed and sort of tapped me on the shoulder while I was sitting there and gave me some gum, which was really kind of her. But I'm just honestly feeling terrified for the next 2 flights that I have to get back to Toronto because that pain was excruciating. I really thought my head was going to explode at one point. It was awful. And I can't hear myself talk right now, so hopefully you can hear me talk. We're getting on the next flight now to Houston, Texas. And then we have another wait, and then we get on another flight from there to take us back to Toronto. Gracias. Negro.
Raise their hands for me. If you get bad too, let it all go and fall into the flare of a funky flow. Then all you gotta do is step to the beat. Don't think like a sheep and let's do the freak. Freak y'all, freak y'all, freak y'all, freak y'all, freak y'all, freak y'all, freak y'all. Let it on out. Come on, let it on out. Come on, let it on out. Come on. From the second that I step in the place, I freaking keep moving up ahead of the pace. I find the competition and I get them a taste. And soon they're so mad that they're red in the face.
We're in Houston now. We're waiting for our next final flight to go to Toronto. The last flight was a little bit better in terms of my head and the pressure buildup, than the first one, but it was still really painful. But again, people were so kind. There was some misunderstanding about the seating, so Mark and I weren't actually seated together, and then without even asking, a couple of people offered to move so that he could sit across the aisle from me since I was feeling sick. And during the descent was actually the worst. I don't know if this has ever happened to you guys, but when you get a cold, it just feels like your head is going to burst apart along the seam right here in your eyebrow. So that's what's been happening. So I hope the next flight isn't going to be terrible. And also, just one thing about the Houston airport, I don't know if I'm sure I'm delirious at this point from not having slept, but they have all of these carts that people drive around, you know, to like take people around who need assistance getting to the gates, but there's no little horn or beep or any sounds, so the people who are driving the carts make sounds. It just cracks me up every time I see it. So they'll make a sound like boop, 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 boop when they're backing up, just like a truck would make, except they're making the sound with their mouth. Has anyone ever seen that before? I think it's so funny. It's like, have there been budget cuts or something? Because it's really funny. But again, it could be my extreme fatigue talking. So anyway, we have one last flight now to Toronto. I'm gonna head to the gate, and I'm really looking forward to going home.
The train is approaching Terminal B.
They changed the gate at the last minute to a different terminal, so we had to take a train to another terminal, and they're boarding our flight right now, so we're in a huge hurry. As you can see, they made the flight.
Of a water landing or sea bottom cushions have been designed as flotation devices. We are making our final descent. Please check again to see that your seatbelts are securely fastened, tray tables and seat backs are in their upright and locked position, and all carry-on items are securely stowed for landing.
Plane ride already felt like we were home. The people sitting behind us were two people who didn't know each other, but when the second one showed up to sit in the seat, the guy who was already there was like, welcome! And then they chatted the whole plane ride, and at one point the stewardess came on the speakerphone, and she's like, somebody lost their cell phone, can everybody just take a look at their seats and under the seat? And the whole plane stands up, looking around under their seats, craning their necks, and somebody's like, I found it! And people started clapping. And I was like, God, I love Canada. So we're here. It's been a very long day, but my God, how beautiful to be on a plane for sunrise and sunset. That is an amazing day. I'm so excited for my friend's wedding, and I'm gonna make some videos here, so if you haven't already, please subscribe for more travel videos, and I'll see you in my next one. Good night.